video on if the internet uh, has gone too far with the Moore's law and all that stuff. So, uh, like for example, uh, say the one side of the debate is um, having the same operating system for like 50 years and like literally putting a pause on because like you see every few years a new operating system is released. What if you could put a pause on one operating system for 50 years? And then the other side of the debate in this case would be the current trend right now, where a new operating system is released every few years. Okay, first of all, let's set the standard at Windows 7 or Vista. The difference is very important, but let's not you know. So it's like, and this is a what if video, sadly. So a what if video isn't very practical. Um, the reason it's not practical is because, um, first of all, the disadvantage of this crazy idea is that the amount of software engineers would be you know that are employable would decrease a lot. Not that to say, or maybe that's not true. Maybe instead of being employed to create new operating systems, they would. However, it's not necessarily as simple as just for one corporation. It could also be advocate on the crazy side. I call it. It could be advocating for almost like a communism approach to operating system, which is yeah, which is something that even governments would not, because um, you know, would not enforce. So, so that would be kind of a little bizarre. But let's just say, what would be the reason for? What would be the advantages? Because we already mentioned all the disadvantages. And the advantages, first of all, it's not. This is something I can't argue with. It's something that has to be learned from experience. Um, what do you mean learn by from experience? Like you can't convince practically you can't convince every or practically about 90% to 99% of the population would argue against this idea and would vouch for what the current system is, where a new operating system gets released every few years. So it would be a difficult argument. It would be practically because like there's really no argument to because like there's you have to fix bugs on it like there's, you have to increase security. It's hard argument to me. The idea is that um, however, the argument that can be made is that we're creating these enormous Tower of Babel or world records in very efficient computing. um, I'm sad to say we're gonna have to introduce a topic that has nothing to do with this. I'm gonna say that a lot of the resources and energy are wasted, and we still have a lot of problems in our society. We're gonna have to take the activist sociology approach in this case. However, that actually makes the argument very weak. Um, However, going to see the social benefits by implementing it, it's hard to convince some people that way. But we're not trying to convince politicians. We're trying to, they, I'm almost, because it's like, I think Bill Gates actually said something like that, but I don't think he actually meant it in the way I did. However, for most of society, most of world history, tech, it has been, you know, you would have the same stagnating technology for for like hundreds of years, and here the stagnation only is up to about 1 year, and then always innovation, right? So, as a society, we're used to that, or some people aren't. The old people aren't used to it. Like the folks in the nursing home aren't used to that. You know, but the most young people are adapting, except for those that are in prison. Um, there's that. All right, I think that's all I could say.